Something smells good. I wonder what Lynn's cooking today.
Hey, Lynn, what's cooking?
Now here's your host, Lynn Austin.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hey Lynn, What's Cooking? And in my kitchen today I have my friends Rodger and Susan, and it is the month of March, and we are going a little bit crazy for cabbage. I love it. It's just, cabbage is just a good vegetable. Just a fun vegetable. You can make so many different things with it. With the head of cabbage, and it goes a long way, wouldn't you say? Head of cabbage goes a long way. And it's the month of March, and of course we think of corned beef and cabbage, but we're not making that today. We are going to make delicious, there's lots of different names with them. I'm going to go with my Polish name of calling them gołąbki, and that is basically or pigs in a blanket, or a cabbage roll, which are stuffed with pork, ground beef, a little bit of onion and salt and pepper, and then, oh my goodness, I will show you how to make these. This is just home cooking right here. This is just comfort food. Comfort food. That's what I was going for. Comfort food in March, and oh well, you know what? Before we get started, and also we're going to make a cabbage. I love this cabbage soup. And I know March, we're in spring. I think of rabbits too. For some reason, I think of rabbits in March, and spring is coming, but it's still cold. It's still cold, but we can make a good pot of soup that has carrots and cabbage and basically everything that rabbits will feast off of in your garden in the spring and summer. So that's what we're going to make that. I love that cabbage soup. But first, of course, when you have cabbage and you have, well, March, St. Patty's Day, you have to have beer, but it's not green, and we're going to do a little toast and to cooking in the kitchen and having fun and lots of laughs and a good cleansing half hour of talking cabbage, right? Cleansing for your soul, because we'll get into that a little later. But cheers!
And other things.
With other things. I love beer. I love beer and cabbage. I love really anything that goes. Beer goes good with cabbage.
I'm thirstier than I thought.
Cabbage and pizza. Beer goes good with everything.
Yes, it does.
First, we're going to get started. In my pan, I have some oil that we're going to heat up. And we're going to start with making our cabbage soup, because we're going to chop a lot of vegetables. And this soup is just good with, just loaded with lots of flavor and just yummy, yummy vegetables. There's cabbage in here, carrots, celery. I like to add zucchini. You can add yellow zucchini, green zucchini. If you want green beans, you can add green beans. It's a very forgiving soup, whatever you would like to add to it, your taste buds. I prefer celery, onion, which we're going to add right now is onion to this pan. Some onion and about 2 cloves of garlic, crushed garlic, are going to go in here. And this is going to saute. We're going to get that going. And kick up the heat a little bit here. And while that is going,
sort of whatever your family likes.
Whatever your family likes. And if you don't, if your family's so against onion, then you don't have to put onion. If they don't like garlic, don't put garlic. But if they like a lot of garlic, then add more garlic. It's just a very easy recipe that it's not difficult to do. And you can make a lot of this and freeze it as well. In both of these recipes, you can make ahead of time and freeze and take out as you want it, and you're good to go. Oh, that's sizzling? Okay, that's good.
You could put it in containers for 2.
Yes, for 2 people. There are 2 people, because you guys are empty nesters.
Yes, we are.
And that works. You can make them in smaller containers and freeze them, pop them out, put them in the fridge the night before, thaw it out, or in the microwave, and you're good to go.
I like that.
But okay, so we have our garlic going and our onions with a little bit of oil. And to that, we're going to start cutting up. I have a half a head of cabbage. And if you're doing a large amount, you would do a whole head of cabbage. But we're just going to do a half a head. But first, we want to chop up. Rodger, do you want beef chop or do you want to chop?
I can chop.
You can chop? You want to do some celery first?
Absolutely.
Now, see, do you use, I grab a bunch of celery. Do you do it one at a time or do you grab a bunch?
Depends.
It depends?
Yes.
It depends on what mood
Is this
you're
a challenge?
in. No, I just want to make sure you keep all your fingers there. No problem.
Well, I kind of like my fingers.
And then the end, don't throw this away because now my friend Dana, he would throw this away. Now I save this.
Well, I would too.
Oh no, I save that for soup.
For soup.
Another soup. I like
Okay.
it in my chicken soup. This, for some reason, I like this in my chicken soup.
Okay.
It's chopped really fine.
Right.
But you can just cut that.
How wide do you want the?
They don't have to be, you know, whatever chop you want to, because this is, I said, this is a soup that you're okay, perfect.
Perfect.
No, a little smaller.
Little
I'm going to add that. Watch your fingers.
Some of that out and put peanut butter in because I have to watch it when I was chopping.
Love
So you-
peanut butter and celery.
Do it. Now, see, I
It's one of my
prefer-
faves.
I like cream cheese and celery.
Oh.
That's my
That's
favorite.
good too.
And not only peanut butter, it has to be
Crunchy.
extra crunchy.
Oh, extra. Not
Oh,
just crunchy, but extra
Extra
crunchy. Really?
Yes.
Okay, watch your fingers. You're gonna make me drink. You're making me so nervous.
Really? That bad, huh?
Okay, so we're gonna chop up a little bit more celery there. We're gonna add that to our sauteing onions and garlic.
Okay.
Oh, I can smell that garlic already. It smells delicious. We're gonna lower that just a little bit because you don't want to burn your garlic. You don't want to burn your onions.
That's a bad thing. Don't burn garlic.
Don't burn your garlic. You just want to toast it a little bit here. And the flavor's coming out. It smells delicious.
You just put that whole tray in there with the onion and the garlic.
What's that?
Put that whole tray of celery that he's cut up.
Yep,
in
that's
there.
all. That's going to go right in there. We're going to save these for something else. I never throw things out like that.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to add that.
Can I add it?
Oh, you can go ahead. Go ahead. I trust you. Rodger is adding the celery. What vegetable would you like to do next? How about the carrots? Because I like to put the carrots, I'm telling you, I didn't even ask you, I'm just going to tell you. Let's do the carrots first. And I kind of took some of the skin off, and not too much, because I like to leave the skin on.
All right.
So you want to cut off the ends, and then
Sure.
we'll do a few carrots.
Care if I do one at a time?
Yeah, those I do one at a time.
All right.
And you can slice them any way you would like, but not too thick.
Well.
Just watch your fingers. I try not to be in control of everything, but you know, I will stir the celery with the onions and the garlic.
Okay.
Kind of like a car, you can get any color you want as long as it's black.
Yes, as long as it's black, yes.
That's good.
Okay, so Susan.
Yes.
You know, we're talking cabbage this month. Now, we're in March, but back in January, for your family, now I was born and raised in Chicago. We never heard of the whole cabbage thing till we moved here to Indiana. What are your traditions with cabbage and why? I never knew this until you just told me this, and I would like you to share.
Yeah. Usually on New Year's Day, you want to have cabbage some form. It doesn't have to be cooked cabbage. It can be coleslaw. It can be sauerkraut. It can be
Okay.
anything, but it needs to be cabbage
A
on
form
New Year's
of
Day.
cabbage. Okay.
You know, and part of it is for good luck, but part of it I understand is to give your body a cleansing. So
For the
that,
new year.
yeah.
So you do this in January, and then comes March. We're in March, so you're ready to do like spring cleaning of the colon?
Like that.
Second cleansing.
Let's do spring cleaning because we're going to have cabbage rolls and cabbage.
Clean the house, clean your body.
There we go. That works. Okay, so it's a fresh start for the new year. And what tradition do? You were telling me this, and I have never heard of this, and I'll have to remember come January. You'll have to remind me.
Uh-huh.
What do you do with the head of cabbage?
Well, my mother had always done this. She would cook like take a whole head of cabbage and quarter it, and then you take a brand new penny and wash it really good, and then take that brand new penny and put it in one of the quarters of the cabbage. And then when it's served, whoever happens to find that penny gets good luck for the rest of the year.
Now, let me ask you, do you tell them that there's a penny in there, or
Oh.
do they look through
Are
it?
you
before
kidding
they-
me?
Because I'm just thinking, how?
Lynn?
Are you searching for this penny then? that
This
you
penny
don't?
has caused more family fights
Okay.
than there are days on the calendar.
So
You gotta hide
basically,
it,
you're starting a new year, but you're fighting over a penny, which leads me to the gołąbki, because that would be a Polish thing that we
that would
Polish
be-
people and
yeah.
pennies, you know.
I'm telling you, there has been some serious confrontations.
I can see my family
About this
fighting over the penny, because that is, we're half Polish and half Italian, so
Yeah.
And
we're
then the
full of-
accusations
we're
start
feisty
flying.
and we're penny
You can't
fishers.
look for the penny. You can't look
Oh.
when you're serving.
Oh my goodness! No, when you're eating, you just eat. And
You
then,
can look once it's on your plate.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
kind
that-
of a rule.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect, Raj.
Okay.
So you're going to add those to
Can I
our
do
stuff.
that?
Yeah, go
Be a
right
good
ahead.
view? All right.
And then we're going to move on to our cabbage and our zucchini, and we're going to leave that be for a little bit. We're going to add some other things to it, and we're going to move on to our gołąbki, which I love.
So the sturdier vegetables are cooking a little longer.
Yes, they're in there. They're having fun together in this pan with the garlic and the onion, and they're sautéing. You just keep on chopping. You're good. Our zucchini can go next. Like I said, if you wanted green beans, you can put green beans in there. It's whichever way you prefer. And when that is all done, when the vegetables are in there, we're going to add some broth. And I like to just add a little bit of water to that. I kind of use my broth container and swish it around and add some water because that's a lot of sodium. So I'm really not adding spice to it, just some pepper.
Oh, that's good.
You know, or you can season it at the end. There's really no need for, because the flavors are just, oh.
Can you use frozen vegetables?
You can use frozen too. That would be quicker.
Mhm.
That would cut down your time if you're cooking, you know, if you're
Well, I'm just
working and
thinking
yeah.
like corn.
Yeah,
something
corn,
like that.
anything. But corn, my goodness, you'd be really, I'd be like, whoosh, we are going to fly by spring here because that's,
If you're gonna do it, right?
you're going to do it right. That would, oh, look at your husband, Susan. You know what?
Yeah, I didn't know he could do that.
I think that you'll be sitting in the living room and Rodger will be in the kitchen. You're like, honey, give me another beer because he is like just, you want to put this in the
Yeah, would you mind? I did all the labor. Can I?
I'm sorry, guys. We'll just drink our beer
I
or
think-
Rodger.
You know, yeah. I think that's the way it should be.
Okay, Raj, one more vegetable and it is cabbage. I'll clean up your spot here
Okay. Whip it on me.
and just kind of just slice it and chop it and it's
Do that again.
just like that.
Okay. Just like that.
Like that.
All right.
Come on, we gotta get moving. We gotta get rolling, you know?
All right,
We're rolling
rolling,
here.
rolling.
Just watch your fingers, please.
Oh, you guys remind me.
Watch your fingers. Well, this is nice. I love the smell in the kitchen, and I do love cooking. When people are in the kitchen cooking with me, I love it. Actually, we're gonna just cut that this way a little bit.
Well, you didn't let her finish.
I did. Yeah, you were just. You want to take half of that off because sometimes it's easier to do it. There we go. Give you a little bit more room there. Watch. Yourself.
Just good?
Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Oh, Lynn.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh. Here, let me take that
Uh-oh,
off.
me?
And then put that in the pot,
Can I cut this first?
the pan.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
awesome.
here we go.
Just add
Stand
that
by.
in there.
Coming in hot.
You gotta have a big pan, don't you?
It's a big pan. And you can, you know what, if you wanted to, you can start it off in here and move it into a deeper pan, depending on how much you're making.
Give me my cabbage.
Oh, see, ooh, I love that. I love
me
the
my
colors. I'm just looking at the pan. I just ruined it. I'm sorry. Here we go. You got it. You got it under control there, Raj. And when he is done chopping that cabbage, we're going to move on to the gołąbki
That's
because
fun.
it's just it's a fun word to say, gołąbki. I mean, it's like, I like fun words.
It's almost like a Dr. Seuss book.
Like,
Like
yeah.
a verse, like a
I
rhyme.
can eat Gwumpke in a. Oh, that's not gonna work. No, Gwumpke. Maybe we'll just move on. To
Okay.
that. I think
I was
I
just
can
waiting.
rhyme with that. But I like it because it's just a fun word, and you can use fun words. Like, think of a fun word.
I can't think of a fun word.
My go-to fun word is loofah. 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 Loofah's a fun word. Now we got Gwumpke and rock. What are you gonna do with that? Right. Oh, no, I thought you were gonna.
Oh, that's his taster.
Okay, so we're gonna let that go, Raj. We're good. We're gonna let that go. You're stirring.
Let it
And
go.
for a few minutes, and we're going to move on to our cabbage rolls, Gwumpke, pigs in the blanket. And let me explain first. You pass me that pan. That'd be awesome. These are the leaves of a cabbage head that we have chopped off the bottom and put into a deep pan and boiled for about 20 minutes. And in this pan, you let it cool. It's still kind of warm, so. But these have cooled off. You want cool leaves. I'm just going to show, I'm going to set it back in here. And you just peel them off. And when they get to the center, they get kind of hard, but you just take your time. It's patience that you have to have. But I get it usually about a dozen or a little bit more off of one head of cabbage. But don't throw the cabbage out because you can use it for
Soup.
soup. You never throw things out like that. Or you can use it in a stir fry. Oh, see, this one's coming off nice. You get excited when you look at that one. That one's going to be a nice one.
Like peeling wallpaper.
Yeah. See, how easy? And that's going to be a beautiful roll right there. So we're just going to set this back in the pot. Like I said, don't throw it away. If you can keep on peeling more and getting good leaves, awesome. We're just going to set that back in there. Or if you do have trouble after you boil it for about 20 minutes, take it out and peel as much as you can, and then you can set it back in there and add some more water and let it boil some more. Okay? So we have our leaves. And this is a project that the whole family can have fun doing, and you can make lots of them and freeze them. If you wouldn't mind passing me the meat mixture.
The meat mixture.
The meat mixture.
The meat mixture.
The meat mixture. And you're going to wonder, what am I doing
That's
with
a
these?
fun word.
Meat mixture.
Meat mixture.
Meat mixture. And onion. This is very simple. Just about a half an onion is going to go into a pound of ground pork, a pound of ground beef, ground chuck, turkey if you want to, but in this case, if you're making the pigs in the blanket, I have to go old school and I have to use beef. And it's not that often. That's a treat to have beef. In our household, it's a treat. So these are a treat because we don't have them that often, and I'm going to go with the ground beef. And we're going to go a half a cup of onions. And right over there is a cup of instant rice.
I see that.
And don't worry about cooking it because it's going to go right into here. And then to this, you don't need the salt. If I can find my pepper, where is my pepper? Oh, there it is. My pepper, we're going to add a little bit of pepper to it. Just a little bit because there's so many flavors that are going to be coming in because we're going to add sauce to this and the cabbage.
Let me do this.
Oh, no, we're good. We're done. We're done.
Sure?
Yep. Watch this. You take baggies.
Oh, to keep your hands clean.
Now, if you have bigger hands, and mine are petite,
Come close to fitting mine.
you would need.
You better get the gallon size out.
Hold on a second, Roger. Let me hook you up with something. And
Oh
you
my
can do
gosh.
this. Hold on a second. You can get. Oops, I'm dropping that bag.
Don't start off dupes.
There,
Oh,
put
yeah.
your hands in there and mix away.
Oh,
There we go.
Just one?
Yeah, you could just use one there.
All right, here we go.
You got a big hand.
Now
There
you're
we
talking
go.
my
There
style.
we go.
Yeah.
Roger's going to miss. Don't you love that? So your hands didn't feel
Love
all
it.
meaty like. Okay. That's a term you probably never heard.
And another little drink of beer.
Then a little drink of beer. There we go. Do you want to? You want to? You
Want to
what?
what? Another drink, Lynn.
Do you want to? Do you want to? You want to have more beer? Do you want it? Or are you doing good with one? Do you want another one? I don't want to waste a baggie, right? I'm Polish. I'm Betty Fitton.
Give me another bag.
Where did I put that other
Don't
bag?
say that is wrong thing to do. Do not me.
Here's another bag, Rod. It's like all 20 cents
Feel like
there,
I'm
Rod.
going to surgery.
We are making a Polish dish, and that's just like, oh my gosh. My dad would be like, you're wasting those bags. Put your hands in there.
That's right. Oh yeah. Now we're
Okay,
talking.
you come over here and keep on mixing.
Over here.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I am going to stir this, and to this soup, we are going to add, oh my gosh, the smell. You know when they say, oh gosh, I wish you could smell this? It smells so good. Okay, to this, we are going to add a large container of chicken broth. And if you don't have chicken broth, you can use beef broth. That works. Any broth you have. Okay. Oh, you're mixing away there, Raj.
How do you know?
Because
You
I
hear me?
hear
Really?
you.
Yeah, it's really why she gave you the other bag.
But don't
I
you
know you're
love?
still
I
working.
love that tip because I don't like to get my
Yeah,
hands
I mean, this
dirty.
is nice.
Okay. All the broth is out of there, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this container because
Like
I am Polish.
Like a huge meatball.
Oh, that's not working. The seal. There we go.
So a meatball as big as your head.
It's like a meatloaf or a meatball, but the pork taste gives you. Add a little bit of water to this. And then later on we will add our pepper or salt if you need. Some people like a lot of salt.
Okay.
I don't because I don't think you need it. And a can of stewed tomatoes. That's going to go in there. And then there's water in the stewed tomatoes. So that's all good there.
You want to do something with the cannonball?
Hold on 1 second. We're going to say, hey soup,
Okay.
have some fun, and we'll see you later, and put a lid on it halfway.
Can we load it?
It is all ready to go. And that takes maybe an hour or so to cook
Just kind
down.
of let it simmer.
You just stir it occasionally and just let it do its thing over there. Okay, oh my goodness, that's a meatball.
That's a meatball.
That's a big meatball. Okay, those, we're just going to, look at there. Your hands are perfectly clean.
Okay.
Mine are not, because I took them out there. We're just going to get rid of those.
Okay.
Wash my hands a little bit. And then we have the fun part.
Drinking beer.
Drinking beer. You know what? And before we assemble our pigs in the blanket, the sauce to this is so easy. It's not even funny. It is 2 cans of tomato soup. Okay. And 1 can of tomato sauce. Now,
2 soup,
you
1 sauce.
you took my can away because usually what I do is put a little bit of water. Give me that other tomato soup can back.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of
Get
get
rid of that
all.
soup out of there.
That's the Polish.
Give it up.
A little bit of water. And this is going to be on the bottom of your pan, and then you're going to put the rolls right on top of it, and you're going to put it on top as well. And we're going to mix this. And then now, that is the sauce for
Really?
the pigs in the blanket. It's very, very simple. It's just a tomato sauce.
No extra seasoning in that.
No. And Raj, I will do this. I will go from the big, you did a wonderful job with that. And I used, if you were to use the rice that isn't instant, then you would need to cook it down a little bit. You know, cook it up a little bit.
Okay.
But since this is instant and it's going to go into a pan, if you give me that pan right over there, and maybe add some sauce to the bottom of that, just a little bit. And Susan, if you wouldn't mind opening those up and lining them up for me, we are going to put...
The bottom of the pan, you want sauce?
Yeah, just you know what? Just
Right.
take it.
I got it.
And
I got it.
And this, see, I'm still using my hands. Take, I don't know, about maybe little miniature football size on one end. Take that, and you're going to roll and tuck the sides. And roll it up like that. And then the seam side, look how pretty that is. I love that. We're going to set right, nice job, Raj, right there. Like so.
Well, this is awesome.
Oh, yes. We'll do a couple of them, and then we have some done that we can taste. And then we'll work on those later. And our soup, like I said, our soup is actually done there. We have some done soup that's all ready to taste. So that is how you roll them. I'll do one more.
So you just roll and tuck, basically.
Roll and tuck.
You know, besides St. Patty's Day, you got March Madness going on now.
Right.
Oh,
You
that
could,
would be
oh
good.
my goodness, yes, yes.
You know, have the boys over for some b-ball
For the, and you can
and
have
watch
these
these disappear.
This is perfect for,
Oh my goodness sakes.
look at how pretty. I love that.
That's nice.
So they're very simple, and what you would do is just put some sauce on top,
Mhm.
and then put them in the oven for about an hour at 375 oven, and you're good to go. Well, we'll finish those a little later, but I want you guys to sample these, and I want you to sample the soup. We're just going to set this aside, and we'll work on those in a little bit. And I am going to plate up and give you some soup.
Nice presentation,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
gosh.
Yum, 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 yum. Okay, set that aside, Roger, if you wouldn't mind. Who wants to try a glumky?
Oh, they look wonderful.
There's a glumky for you. Ladies first. Okay, Raj. Try that. And I want to thank you both for coming into my kitchen today and sharing traditions of cabbage. We love cabbage. We share the love of cabbage, and may your hearts and your soul and your body be cleansed from January to March with cabbage, and just happy spring and happy St. Patty's Day, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Hey Lynn, What's Cooking. Cheers.
Cheers.